got this field and one more, and I am completely done for the season, other than a couple wet spots I got to go back and patch in. But I will say it's actually not been too bad of a planting season between corn and beans. Corn is completely done. Really the only major breakdowns we've had is the 4955 and the oil pump, and then we've gone through several tires on our 496 disc for some reason. Not sure if valve stems keep getting broke off or what, but really those two things are the only things that have slowed us down this planting season. So 2020 has been a good plant season. I can't complain too much, knock on wood. So I'm doing these ends now on this field. This field's a really strange shaped field. I'm gonna get these ends done, get the rest of the field planted, and I've already got over there planted. That's all done. And this is where I ended up getting rained out. This is where I stopped right here. So I'm gonna see if I can get this planted today and go on to the next field. The next field's only 40 acres. So I'll see how dry that is. And then we're done planting beans for the year. It's a good thing I'm ready to go on to something else for a while. So anyways, I'm gonna keep planting and see what I can get knocked out today, and see if we can't get finished up. I've got today and tomorrow to get finished up, and then we're gonna go put that big pipe in that I've been talking about. We're gonna get that put in and get everybody to calm down about that. So hopefully by the end of the day I'll have quite a few of these knocked out, and then tomorrow maybe half a day I'll be done. So let's see what happens. It's all finished. Got it all planted except about an acre and a half wet spot out there, and there's about an acre in the corner down here. This is our new farm, so until we figure out what's going on down here with the tiles, we're going to have a couple of them wet spots. So that is stuff that we're going to address this fall. We're going to get out here with tile plow and plow some tile in and fix these trouble areas. But for now, we're just going to get it planted and get on the farm and see exactly where the wet issues are other than these spots. So when we do make a tile plan, we can either grid tile it every 40 foot or just figure out where the tile needs to be. So Dad's Strength called me and told me the next farm that I was going to go to today is a little too wet yet, so we're going to leave that one set for another day or two. Well, we decided that we weren't going to plan anything else today, so I decided to come back to the shop and do a few things. Well, on this J&M SPEED TENDER, there's one thing that I'm going to make better that I don't like about it, is if water does get in that hopper and get your beans all wet and it won't drain because there's beans in this pipe nipple right here, which I don't like this design, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. If that happens, the beans get in there, they swell up, and then the water won't drain out of the cap. And actually, this cap doesn't have holes in it to begin with. So when you get one of these seed tenders, one thing I recommend you do is drill 1/4 inch holes in this cap. So if rainwater does get in there, you can dry it out, or it'll drain out. But the problem is when the beans get in this pipe and they swell up, they don't let the water out of the hopper. So what I'm going to do, instead of having to carry a pipe wrench around all the time to take this cap off, I'm going to weld me a 1/2 inch nut on this cap so I can just use a 3/4 inch wrench to get this cap off. So I'm going to do that right now, and that's going to improve life with this seed tender. That's another one of the things that I wanted to do to it other than the little cover over the hopper. So I'm going to take this in the shop and clean it up, and I believe this should be weldable cast. I should be able to weld a nut to this. We're going to see how it works out. So I'm going to go find me a nut. I'm not sure if it's going to be 1/2 inch. We'll see what I can come up with. I don't want just a regular nut. I want something pretty tall or with a lot of hex on it. So let me see what I can find. Maybe I'll use a piece of bar stock or something. I don't know yet. So let's see what I can come up with. Well, look what come out of the shop under its own power. with no problems. Okay, I'm gonna put my cap back on. Gotta get in here. So this is what I came up with. Just some bar stock on it, and I can put a crescent wrench on it, or I can do it by hand. I'm making a video! Oh, God. Well, there we go. So actually, I don't even need a wrench. I can just tighten it by hand. So there we go. Or I can put a crescent wrench on it. Put a crescent wrench on it, you can tighten it some more if you want to. So, and I actually drilled extra 2 drain holes in it. So that ought to solve that problem. So now I'm going to go dig a trench to lay the water line in for the pigs so they have water, so that their hose isn't getting hot in the sun. So that's the next project. Okay, so now I'm working on the water system for the piggies. I've got the new hose swapped in, and I've got it primed back up so that the piggies have water while we do this, so they're not without water. And plus we filled them a pan full of water. So now I'm going to dig from here to the hydrant over there and bury this hose in the ground so that it stays cool in the sun, because as my friend Michael pointed out, that's going to get pretty hot in the sun and the piggies will have hot water to drink and they won't like that, which I'm glad he pointed that out. I guess I didn't even think about it. So I had Mom this morning go ahead and get them a pan full of water just till I got some time today to get them a hose buried. So thank you for that pointer. I totally missed that. So we don't want the piggies drinking hot water. It'll probably make the meat tough or something. Let's go see if we can even find the piggies. I wonder where they're at. They're probably, yep, laying in the sun. They like to lay in the sun. I don't know why. They must get cold. But there they are. There they are. They're happy. So I think they grew a little since we got them. So I'm going to start digging this trench. I've got a regular trenching shovel that makes life a lot easier. For people that aren't familiar with a trenching shovel, this is a trenching shovel, usually used for laying tile and stuff like that. Works a lot better than a normal shovel. It's easier to dig with. And when we only need a trench that wide, it's perfect. So I'm going to start digging and get this dug in. They must have gotten thirsty because they come out to get something to drink. I'm only digging about 8 inches deep, not getting too crazy. Just keeping it out of the sun, basically. Because we'll probably eventually pull it back out. Probably just going to be kind of temporary for now. They definitely like their water, that's for sure. And I'm glad that they like their nipple water. So I'm going to keep digging. I got a long ways to go yet until I'm done. So I'm going to keep digging. If you're going to do this, you just want to make sure that you have a nice transition down in the ground so you don't end up kinking your hose right here. So I made sure I put dirt under it and I got a nice curve down in the ground, so when I backfill this, it's not going to kink the hose off and cause the water not to flow. So now that I got that in, just going to simply throw the dirt. There we go, all done, all backfilled. Pigs are happy, they've got water. They're over there hanging out in the sun. So we may not have gotten the bean seeds planted today, but we kept the bacon seeds hydrated. So that's a plus. So anyways, a couple days we'll have the crops planted and finished off. So we're going to let that ground dry another 2 days and then we'll go back to planting it. So there we go. That'll be it for this episode. At least the piggies are happy.